Doctor?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw. I'm here with the man himself, former WWE head writer and former head writer of the Raw program that you saw every single week on the Attitude Era. He's got the gimmick going on with the the thumb to the nose, which is causing the biceps to perk out, ladies and gentlemen. He is Vince Russo. How are you, my friend?
What is going on? The doctor in red. The doctor's all in red tonight. Very nice. Very nice.
I felt like there's love in the air. And so
very nice. Very nice.
Yes, indeed, man. All right, Vince. Another episode of Raw. Anything different than what you saw week to week? Number one, and number two, this is a go-home show to the Money in the Bank. Your thoughts?
Bro, I swear, I'm just like being honest, because I always think about when I come on the air what I'm going to say, and I don't know what to say about these shows anymore. I just don't know what to say. Again, bro, it's just, to me, it's just a massive waste of time. There's no reason to watch. There is nothing going on. There are no stars on this show. There is nobody I want to see or care to see. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't even know in 2.5 hours, like, honestly, like, one positive thing I could say about this show. It's just the same exact show, Chris, week in and week out. That's all it is, man.
Vince, you say this every week, man, and I see it. I agree with what you're saying when you give this assessment every week. I would say today it really, really, really stood out. This felt like a glorified house show as much as you could possibly explain what a glorified house show is. Tonight we saw it to me.
Well, especially the end. Especially the end. 100%. Guys, that just so you guys know, okay? When that stuff you saw on the end, bro, we would do that stuff after Raw ended. When the show was over, then we would send out the heels and the baby. Then we would do that big schmoz. We never did that on air. We always did it when the show was over. And Chris, you're dead on, because when I was watching that last scene, I was like, bro, it doesn't get any more house show than this. It just doesn't.
Yeah. And to me, it's like, man, why are you cutting promos to set up stories all the time? Like, I don't, like, you're doing backstage promos week after week after week after week to set up stories. It was a run-in for Sheamus to start a feud with Rusev. That led to an interview to make him kind of explain it. And then Rusev's doing video promos. It's like, this is the story. The story is Rusev cuts a video promo and Sheamus gets an interview.
Well, Chris, what about the opening promo? The opening promo was Sammy telling CM Punk, we need you to win tonight. Exactly. That was the promo. And then, bro, later on in the show, you got Lyra Velcro and Becky Lynch cutting the same exact promo they cut last week. Guys, every single week you're supposed to further stories. Just like if you're reading a book, guys, if you're reading a book, chapter 1, chapter 2, as you're reading that book, the story grows and grows and grows and grows. It's supposed to be that way from PLE to PLE. But they run in place. And I keep telling you guys about running the same play. That's all they keep doing. And my God, bro, just so many question marks. Like, I'm watching this and I'm like, why did they ever put the belt on the War Raiders? Yes. What was the point of putting the belt on those guys only to take it off of them in a month and then go on to beat them every single week?
Every week. Absolutely. Yeah. Why are they even contenders in the title picture at this point? Like, why are they even doing that much? And then Finn lost the titles to go to try to do singles, couldn't do singles, lost the singles. Now he's back to tag. And it's like, now you've got two heels as a tag team the babyface tag team keeps losing every week. So what babyface tag team do you have right now to go against the New Day?
And then not only that, bro, now because you had to beat Kairi Sane because Zoe Starks got hurt, now you're overcompensating by giving her wins every week. And guys, honestly, are we really going to go into Kairi Sane and Io Sky? Like, is that where we're really going to go with this? And who's going to care? Give me the name of the person that's going to care. So now we had to give Kairi Sane 2 meaningless wins 2 weeks in a row because they had to beat her on her return. Then, bro, we're running the same exact play with Rosie Perez and Liv that Liv ran with Rhea Ripley. It's the same exact play, bro.
Yep. Yes, it is. So we got the next after that, we got Stephanie Vaquer defeating Liv Morgan and Ivy Nile. She qualifies.
Bro, can you help me with this, Chris? Can you help me with this? Honestly, because I am not seeing it. What is the allure of Stephanie Valkyria? What is the allure with her? I'm missing it.
I think it's the mystique that she kind of presents herself to be, but what has been going on from what I see on the socials is that Booker T puts that move, I think they call it the devil's kiss or something like that, the leg gimmick where she does the bounce, with the head, it kind of pile driving the head. And so Booker T put that over and made that a thing. And so people affiliate her with Booker T a lot because of that. And so she's pretty over in NXT. As far as before NXT, I have no idea as far as
after NXT too, bro, because there isn't a casual fan on this planet that knows Booker T put this move over on NXT, right. And she just, to me, looks like another girl on the roster. She looks like Dakota Kai. She looks like ID Fire, whatever her name is. I'm missing the appeal, bro. I do not get it.
A lot of people are allured by her looks from what I see. And so that's the reason why she's over, which is like, man, how backwards of society are we going as far as like, I don't really care. I don't even know what move you did. I just think you have a nice body. So therefore I'm going to put you over and cheer for you. Aren't we going past that? Like, haven't we evolved from that type of mentality? It seems like for the ones who are so evolved from that mentality and preaches that so much, you're going back to the same old stuff as far as why we're cheering for women's wrestlers now. That seems a little bit backwards to me, in my opinion. Yeah. We got AJ Styles approaching Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman tries to stop him from being in the Money in the Bank.
AJ must be listening to my promos because he said to Heyman, "Aren't you tired of chasing the meal ticket?" Which I cut this long promo, guys. It is on YouTube. How Heyman always tends to saddle himself with the top guys or the guys that are on the brink of getting over. Yeah. He never, ever saddles himself with a guy that could really use his help. And every time he's done that, it's been an absolute failure. Cesaro, Kurt Hennig's kid, Dolph Ziggler, every time he tries to do that, it's an absolute failure. So, yeah, give me Seth Rollins, give me Roman Reigns, give me CM Punk, give me Brock Lesnar, give me Braun Breaker. Give me the easiest choice of the next guy to get over. And out of everybody I just named, not one of those people needed Paul Heyman.
Yep. We got Rusev cutting video promo.
But again, Chris, this is like the third week we've seen this. Like, we've seen the same exact verbiage and the same exact promo for like 3 weeks now.
Yep. Man, I mean, don't you'd imagine that someone who's been gone for so long from the WWE would have some type of momentum coming behind him. He made the return, right after WrestleMania. You save that spot a lot of times for those big returns. So he's been there for 5 weeks now. And despite being there for 5 weeks, how has he gained any momentum in 5 weeks of being there?
Chris, I said I'm reading the book, chapter 1. Let me reread this. Chapter 1. I'm going to read chapter 1 again. Let me read chapter 1. It's supposed to be a progression. And they just don't know how to do any of the stuff that I'm talking about, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where you put him as far as just like they really find in their minds, they're like, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and have him kind of ease back in with the Alpha Academy stuff. And then that leads into Sheamus saying that he doesn't like the bullies. He's been there 15 plus years. There's been so many other people that bullied people that he didn't come in. What is it, the age or something? Like he's getting older and he's just getting more wiser, more mature. He wants to help younger people out. What is it about Sheamus that's saying, all of a sudden he bullies? Huh? Like I don't understand
Chris,
where that came from.
It's funny, but there was a time in wrestling when you would ask a lot of questions, and that was a good thing because it was kind of like, where is this going? Blah, 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 blah. Bro, I ask a lot of questions today, and the difference is there's no answers to the questions. Yeah. Like, why are you doing this? And why are you doing this? And why this? And there are just no logical questions, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, this is just going to be another meaningless feud. I mean, the payoff of this is Rusev beating Sheamus, and then what? I mean, what happens after that? He goes back to Otis. Otis makes his return or someone he's beating up on Sheamus.
Otis makes his return, and then Sheamus will go back to the other little guy with the chicken legs. He'll do the run in on Sheamus.
There you go. That's right. He'll be back. We have Finn Balor and JD McDonough defeating the Royal Raiders. We talked about that. Roxanne Perez does the distraction. We've got this Judgment Day gimmick going on. It's like, how do you no-sell the fact that Carlito just made a post saying that he's only got 2 weeks left? Yeah. And you no-sell it by still having Judgment Day stuff going on like the way it was every other week.
Bro, why isn't some people being pissed off about R-Truth being let go? Why isn't that part of the show?
Yeah.
What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
Indeed.
You could get Miz over on that alone. Miz really demanding to see Triple H and you can get him over on that alone.
Yeah. But the thing is, are they trying to gag, everybody from mentioning them because of, again, putting the thumb, on people and not wanting them to? There's people that posted tweets and deleted them, you know what I mean, about R-Truth, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it just makes me wonder, like, how much are they really, the WWE really paying attention to those tweets and saying, hey, no, don't do that. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you make a post, like that? And it's like, man, where does WWE get to the point of kind of monopolizing people's Twitter pages about, they're like, it doesn't even have to be in kayfabe, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's somebody saying, hey, they work with R-Truth, and I'm just like, I think it was Road Dogg, I think it was, that's made that tweet, and it was just like, okay, well, that's interesting. That's really interesting. That's people can't even make tweets, and so it's like, if he couldn't make a tweet, I couldn't imagine someone getting the okay of saying something about R-Truth, on the product, on live television. They'd probably get reamed if they did that. And it's like, why would you discard and not make mention of someone who's been with the company for so long? And it was such an integral part in the company.
Bro, somebody mentioned today, and it wasn't, not my idea, but somebody suggested it on one of my lines today. Why wouldn't John Cena take credit for getting Truth fired?
Exactly. Yes.
Give me something. Like, give me something, bro. Give me something.
And if WWE knew that they weren't going to renew the contract, now there's some interesting stuff that with some more time, you and I, when we have our other show, we get to break down things a little bit more. But I was having some conversations with some office guys, I think last night, texting back and forth, and one person brought a really interesting take on R-Truth's release that I'll get more into another time, but it is really interesting of if they knew that they weren't going to renew R-Truth's contract, like during Saturday Night's main event, why didn't they do a career match? Or why didn't they just have John Cena obliterate R-Truth without R-Truth getting any type of offense on him? You know what I mean? Like, was it a send-off without R-Truth even knowing it? You know what I mean? Like, it's just really, it's a really just kind of nebulous time within the WWE right now, from the Rock stuff to this going on last night with the Truth and the Carlito stuff, with storylines not making sense, ticket prices going up. It's like, man, why don't we talk about that real stuff on those press conferences instead of bumping up the numbers all the time?
Because I'll tell you, bro, the one thing this thing reeks of, honestly, bro, if you ask me, the one thing it reeks of is lack of leadership. That's what it reeks of to me, man. It really, really, really does. And bro, one thing that they did not put over tonight, if you noticed, Michael Cole in his Indiana Pacer jersey. Oh, they didn't say it was a sold-out Raw tonight. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
Good point. That's a good point. We got Stephanie. We got the Becky Lynch cuts of video,
and that was her promo. Because of me, she did. Because of me. Because of me. Because of me. God, bro, it's so elementary, man. It's so elementary.
Where's the story? Why? Like, if why would you hot shot all of that in a promo, a video promo? Give us more layers. Give us more. I think that people would be more invested in Lyra Valkyria if they gave us more of a reason to be invested more into Lyra Valkyria. If you're just having her go up matches and then have some weird back and forth with Becky Lynch, a couple of times, how is that really causing us to be invested in Lyra Valkyria, which is the reason why she got those chants? Because the people like Tulsa, Oklahoma, you could tell, is very house showy. It's not a smart crowd. Rhea Ripley got a huge pop, backstage. They were pretty cookie cutter when it comes to cheering the baby faces, booing the heels. And if you have someone who's not a smarky crowd saying what to Lyra Valkyria, man, I mean, you got to stop putting her out there on the mic. She's got to be more active.
Week in a row. She got the same response the second week in a row with the Watts, and we spoke about it last week. Bro, why can't there be something in their history where Lyra Velcro took the fall for something Becky did? Or give me something like that, man, that they have a history we don't know about, and you keep teasing about what the heat is and come up with some good story of, like I said, man, maybe Lyra took the rap for something Becky did and Becky then turns. I mean, give me something. My God, make up something, man.
It's interesting, man, because we saw the match board on the Unreal series from the trailers, and it just makes me wonder if a lot of those meetings are just like talking about matches.
Yeah, it is.
As opposed to talking about stories. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what do you think about here? Let's just put him. Who do you think should go against? What do you think? You okay, yeah, we'll put them. And it's just matches. You're just putting matches together, and you're not talking about stories and how to develop things. It just seems like the writer of Raw and the writer of SmackDown, they're just kind of figuring it out and just kind of writing it on themselves or whatever team that they have. And then they just kind of take it to Triple H to veto. And it's just like match after match after match and not really spending much time to really dig into stories because they really don't have the people in the creative room to really have that psychological mind of, oh man, like, okay, just give me a match and I'll run with it. Like, what do you want at the end of this? Like, and so in 2 months from now, you want what match to happen? Okay, you want this versus, okay, cool. Yep. So let me spend a couple months. Let me like just really start to break this down psychologically, give you the week to week. Just give me the match at the end and let me work backwards. Yeah. Instead, it's let's just do match, pop. And that's a successful night for them, man.
Yeah.
We have Jey Uso and Sami Zayn defeating
bro, before we get to that, something very interesting. Why is the WWE shop selling NBA merch?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah.
That was very, I never ever seen that before. That was very, very interesting to me.
Was it the shop or was it a cross promotion to?
I think it was. NBA? No, you could get them at WWE shop.
Oh, really?
No question. Yeah, and I was like, that's really odd. I want to look into that a little bit.
Yeah, it is very odd. Okay, so the tag match was okay. So there was a couple matches before after that. So Jey Uso and Sami Zayn defeated Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker by disqualification. Rollins interferes and stomps Jay, and CM Punk makes the save afterwards.
Yeah.
What do you got on that?
Just very predictable, just very, very. I'm just shocked, bro, because like, what are they going to do between now and Money in the Bank? CM Punk's not on the show.
Yeah, that's interesting. He's not on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for sure. I mean, how are you not going to have CM Punk in Money in the Bank that he lost the qualifying match?
Huh. So unless they do, because Seth's in the Money in the Bank match. Unless you do Punk and Seth against Bronson and Braun. Didn't you already do that? It wasn't like a Raw, or didn't you already do that?
Yeah. What do we do tonight? I think we did that on Saturday night's main event.
Was it Saturday night's main event?
Well, no, actually,
Seth was it. Seth
yeah. They may. But when is that going to be added? Like Friday?
Well, Vince,
This was to go home. This was to go home the Money in the Bank, right?
This was the go home.
Right. So,
good and well that Adam Pearce just, it only takes an Adam Pearce Twitter, announcement that is going to be a tag team match. Because how many matches are set for the card?
I couldn't even tell you, bro, what is on that card outside. I know there's 2 Money in the Bank matches, Lyra and Becky.
Yeah.
It's not Gunther and Jay is on Raw.
That's on the Raw.
Bro, I can't name anything else.
That it? So you have the 2 Money in the Banks, you have the Intercontinental Championship match. is that all? Because Jacob, he's not in it, right? You don't have. What about the U.S. Championship? Is that on the card?
I don't know. What about yeah, bro, I swear to God, I don't know what's on the card.
That's all right. So let me check. It seems as if right now on the card,
is there something with Jade and Naomi, maybe, or that was Saturday night's main event, I think.
Oh, the tag Cody and Jay against Cena and Logan Paul.
Oh God, yeah, that's the big one. That's the
2 Money in the Bank matches and the Intercontinental Championship. 4 matches, Vince.
That's it.
4 matches.
God, bro, I swear to God, they are just getting. Let's be honest, man. They are just getting away with doing nothing. They're getting away with doing nothing. I don't know if you literally could put any less effort into what they're doing creatively.
4 matches, man. That's so you know what that means. You know that means 30-minute matches and about an hour and a half of wait time. That's basically wait time, interest time, backstage stuff, interviews. Hey, look who's here. You know, hey, look who's here. Hey, look who's here. That's essentially what we'll do. What's going to happen in this card. They may add another match, I imagine, or SmackDown, but what would they add? What's going on in SmackDown that's worth doing the last minute?
Bro, I could not even tell you. Like, I know Fatu's got a belt. Selena Vega's got a belt. Dom's got a belt. Street Profits are the champs, I think.
Wow.
Who are the champs on Raw?
New Day.
The tag champs.
The New Day.
Oh, the New Day, who weren't even on the show. The champs are not even on
the
show.
They were a part of they're on the commentary team. The New Day.
Oh, were they? Oh, geez, yeah.
So you have all of those champions that you mentioned, and not one of them are on the card for Money Bank. Wow. We have,
but Triple H did make it to the Nick Pacer game.
He did, man. Absolutely. Yeah. We have Judgment Day, Finn and Liv talk. Yeah, I mean. You have anything on this, man?
It's the same story, guys. This is Rhea Ripley and Liv. It's this, guys. I guarantee you, if you go back 6 months, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't using the same script.
Yeah,
it's the same thing, bro. It's the same exact thing.
Let's see. Kerry Sane defeating Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Do you get Sane and EO going for the tag team titles now?
I guess so. But again, bro, it's Kerry Sane is half the size of Rodriguez. These small girls beating girls twice their size is unbelievable to me. Unbelievable.
You have Karrion Kross confronting Sami Zayn in the backstage segment.
I'm just so confused by the Cross stuff because they keep doing this with so many people and it goes nowhere. It just goes he's telling Sami Zayn, you're a bad boy like the rest of us. You're not a good guy.
Why didn't they is it the Ryback effect all over again? Like he put himself over and they want to cool him off on purpose?
Bro, I don't know, but if you're gonna say you're a bad boy just like the rest of us, then say I have something on you. That's the hook, bro. That is the hook. I've got something on Sami Zayn, and when it comes out, his career is going to be ruined. Give me something like that, not just telling him, bro, I know you're a bad boy. All of us are bad boys.
Isn't it swimming upstream, though, because people like Cross now? People want to get crossover, like they're wanting to get crossover, like they wanted to get Rusev over with the Rusev Day stuff, and a lot of times they're relentless when it comes to wanting someone to get over, and so the Cross stuff, he's getting cheered. So are you like we've seen this backstage stuff for week after week, like literally months now. Like he tried to do the same thing with AJ.
There
he
was
did
so
the
many
same thing
people.
He did the same thing with Sammy
bro.
beforehand. It's like, man, what's the payoff to this? There was no payoff to the match, the AJ stuff. I mean, what's going on with the Sammy stuff? Is Sammy turned heel all of a sudden, and now it's Sammy versus Jay? With him somehow having something with Cross, but again, isn't that swimming upstream though? Like if you know that you've got a hot person who made themselves over, one of the hottest things that came out of Raw, why are you dampering his momentum by having him have these pointless backstage segments? The same thing he's been doing for months now. I don't understand, You have what's next? Gunther talking to Jey Uso in the locker room.
Talking to Jay.
It's basically like it seems like they didn't want to be redundant and do it in the ring.
Oh, absolutely. It was the same thing.
They did in the locker room. Yes.
Absolutely, Chris. We saw the in-ring like 4 times. Oh shoot, we can't do an in-ring again. Exactly. Just do it in the just do it in the locker room. Give them the same verbiage. Yeah. Tell them we need 3 minutes.
Same thing. And then the main Grande Americano defeating Punk and AJ Styles. That was a schmoz at the end, and it was just all over.
Big schmoz. And man, guys, when you go back and look at the schmoz at the end, the punch, I mean, it was so bad for guys at this level. The punches they were thrown, even Breaker stuff looked freaking bad, but it's just a big house show, man.
Yep. Yes, indeed, man. I'm sure that we'll be talking. Yeah. So right now there's only 4 matches, probably another one coming up on SmackDown. I have no idea what they'll I guess the biggest thing or closest thing that I think that they'll just automatically book would probably be Punk and Sammy against Braun
Breaker
and Bronson Reed. Yeah. So.
And meanwhile, then like, bro, like, so, and then the question is, why is Rollins in Money in the Bank? Yeah. The only way it makes sense, bro, is if either Reed or Breaker were in there as well. Yeah. So now the question is, are they going to help Seth win, or are they going to go into business? That is so simple and so elementary, but neither one of those guys is in it.
Yeah.
So what Seth Rollins needs to win Money in the Bank?
The only thing that I can see happening if they don't do that tag match would be somehow Punk calls Seth.
Wow. So whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Literally whoop-de-doo.
I could see the heels, Bronson and Breaker, kind of causing people to stay at bay. Seth does the heel thing, slowly comes up, climbs up the ladder, and then CM Punk's music. Because again, Vince, they're booking for the pop.
That's what I was just going to say. They'll get the pop, bro. They'll get the pop, man. That's it. Yep.
And so Seth is climbing up there, people chanting CM Punk. Then you get the CM Punk music come up. Boom, there's the pop. Clears house, and then what you could do with that is you could say, okay, I'm putting myself for the match, and he climbs up and get the briefcase. At least that would give us something. I doubt that they do that, but they will get that pop from CM Punk coming out.
It's so funny, bro, because I swear to God, now more than any other year, of course you're gonna get the question, who do you think's gonna win Money in the Bank? Bro, I swear to God, who cares? Like, who cares? There's no one in that match that, oh my God, if they win, they got Money in the Bank. What, LA Knight? We've seen LA Knight in the picture, a title picture, 1 billion times. We've seen Seth Rollins in the title picture a billion times. I'm going to get excited if Penta can cash in the case. It's like, they're literally at the point of who cares.
I like Penta. I just think that I don't like him and El Grande being in the match, because to me, the only thing that I see in that is Spot Fest. That's the only thing they want.
That's why they put him in there.
They want the pop.
That's exactly why they put him in there. They're looking at the match. They're looking at the match. Yep.
They want the spots. So they'll do both of them. I can see Penta being on the ladder, him cutting a Mexican destroyer off the ladder, and then everybody going bananas.
Holy shit. Kill the audio.
Yep, they want all of that. And so that's basically what they're doing this for. And it's just like, wow, man. Like you've gotten to the point of wanting the pop so much that you put people in the match that virtually have no chance of winning. And again, I like Penta, but at the same time, it's like you're not going to put the strap, you're not going to put the briefcase on him.
Yeah.
You're not grooming him to be world champion within 1 year. You know what I mean? So it's just like who's the favorite? I guess Seth.
I guess.
Who else is in it?
Is Fatu in it?
Didn't he lose?
I don't know, bro. See, I don't even know who's in it. I don't, and I don't even care enough to look it up. I could care. I know LA Knight. I don't even know who's in it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I
LA
think
Knight, Seth, Penta, Americano,
and somebody from SmackDown, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody from SmackDown. Andrade,
right? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's again another spot fest. So Andrade, Penta, El Grande. So you have half of the people in the match that's going to give them a bunch of spots. It's like that. That's what you're booking for now. This Money in the Bank matches.
Bro, can you imagine? Like, I swear to God, does Triple H just sit back when he's in the shower at night all by himself? He's in the shower, taking a shower. Does he like laugh in the shower and like say like, God, can it really be this easy? I mean, seriously, like, I swear to God, I would be like, am I missing something or is it really this easy?
I mean, he's looking at that bank account and saying it, that's for sure. I mean, so that's essentially what we're saying. I mean, like, usually in the Money in the Bank matches, they would have one or two people, you know what I mean, that would do that. Or at least legit, like RVD was, you know, he did a lot of spots. Jericho did spots, but at least like they made sense as far because they were viable candidates to win the whole thing. You know what I mean? Usually the spot guy was like Shelton Benjamin. I mean, he would go in there and do the spots every year. But people knew that he wasn't going to win. I mean, Hardy was in there, but at least Hardy was a viable candidate because he's been a world champ before. But it's like Shelton Benjamin was the spot guy. Kofi was the spot guy.
Yeah.
But now you have half of the people who are in there as spot guys with no chance of winning. Right. So it's like, yeah, you're clearly booking this for the audience. You're clearly booking this show for the audience, this match. Yep. All right. Let's get to these super chats. We have David Duff at $2. Bill After's El Grande at Money in the Bank and wins. Yes, indeed.
That would get a huge pop out of me.
Absolutely. Let's see here. We also have George Dominguez 199. They literally gave away the winner of men's Money in the Bank. Did we miss that?
I don't know. I tell us how, George.
Oh, I'm intrigued now. How to do that? Eric Underwood 199. EO's defending her title twice in 3 months. I didn't even notice, man. Like how they've been booking both world champions has been abysmal, man. Yeah, it's been horrible. I didn't even notice. I mean, what was it? Rhea, right? Rhea and Bianca at WrestleMania. And she had a rematch against Rhea on a Raw, I believe. And so that's it. Yeah, as far as I can recall. David, $2. Danny Davis counts 3 in main event. No schmaz.
Yes, I would like it. That would pop me too.
There you go. Wes Heel, $5. I like Sean Sapp. He's been nice to me in our interactions. But why is he the police on Wrestling Info and X? I really just like how he handles it too.
Yeah, you know, Wes, I swear to God, like, you hear me talk about this all the time. In the wrestling industry, some people just take this way too seriously, man. Way too. This is entertainment, man. This is supposed to be fun, and some people just take it way too seriously, man.
We got Awesome Sauce, $2. Pick, watch WWE for a year or get speared by Goldberg.
Well, I already got speared by Goldberg, and I would definitely take that again if I didn't have to watch WWE for a year.
Traffic Jam, $2. Raw, WWE is becoming unwatchable. Who's with me? Raise your hand if you're with Traffic Jam. Yes, indeed. Apex Caliber 199. Vince, if you never left WWF, what would your life be?
I wouldn't have one, Apex. I literally would not have one. You know, I honestly, I might be divorced. I mean, who knows? I gave Vince 5 years of my life, and that was enough.
We got Apex again. Also, Gable didn't need 2 high cheating. It's a triple. That's a good point. It's triple threat. Yeah, he didn't have to hide a cheat. Awesome Sauce $5. Netflix needs to drop WWE like Blake Lively's claims on Justin Baldoni.
Yes.
School me on this.
Oh no, bro, that's a whole thing. That's been going on for a year. It's a big soap opera.
Who are these people?
Like it's an actor and an actress, and the actor was Jason Baldoni, and he was also the director of a film, and Blake Lively was in the film. And after the film came out, she claimed that he was sexually harassing her.
Oh, yeah. I have heard that story. Yeah.
That's been going back and forth forever.
Because they did like a dance scene or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Let's see here. David Duffett $2 is like watching Columbo every week. Raw. Wow.
What are you nuts, bro? Columbo is great. Are you kidding, bro? If you're gonna give me a choice between Columbo and Raw every week, it's not even close, man. Are you kidding me? Not even close.
We got Michael 199. Clubhouse seemed empty without Carlito and his PS5.
Yeah.
Instagram $2. What is the legacy of Owen Hart? Vince?
I would say his legacy was he was a great human being. I mean, I as great as he was a wrestler, I would say the type of person he was, like, literally overshadowed that. That's what a great guy Owen was.
We have Who's Dad $5. I missed the threads throughout the shows. Do you guys think that they'll ever bring that type of storytelling back?
I do not. No. Nope.
Do you think that this is more of a TKO? Give us stuff, give us substance, give us material, which doesn't give WWE the opportunity to really get into these storylines? Or do you think it's WWE's fault more than TKO's? Or
I think it's WWE's fault more than TKO. I can't imagine TKO is getting involved in the creative.
Bloodline was that TKO time too?
No, that was before.
Are you sure?
When it was over, when it was hot, it was before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
TKO took over when?
Oh God, bro, I'm not sure. A year ago?
Has it been a year? But TKO, it was over a year because they had WWE going into 40, right, with the Final Boss stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. September 2023. Yep. So yeah. He sold his final shares, TKO, for $776 million in 2024. So there you go. We got David Duffett $2. Jack in at Moneybank says you can't handle the truth. Is that a sign?
Jack Nicholson.
Oh, Jack Nicholson. You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Was that A Few Good Men?
Yes.
Nice. Traffic Jam $2. Triple H is the worst. Vince Russo saved the WWE.
Oh, that ship is long sailed, my friend.
We got Taval $5. Can a Brock return to fight Cena save this whole thing? Haven't watched WWE in months. I think that Brock ship is sailed, man.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, save this whole thing. How? Like, save what? Like, what? Yeah, I mean, so he comes in and beats Cena, and then it's over. I mean, it's WWE is great again with these types of shows.
It's still no story, though.
No,
I mean, even if Brock comes in, that's still feeding the audience to getting the pop. I mean, we got to go away from that. We have to scale that down as far as just continue to feed the pop with the audience. Give the audience some suspense. Give them, a week where they're shock and awe, and you don't have to get a pop every single week. Give them some suspense. Give them something to chew on until next week. Every week doesn't have to be a pop. You know what I mean? Like, give us when you're watching a movie, you're not popping, every 5 or 10 minutes. Like, you're waiting. You're looking at a story unfold. You're waiting for that development, and then you have crescendos. And it's like, if you book a movie like you booked WWE, man, you'd be fatigued by the time of the 2.5 hours. You're like, oh, okay, well, here's another.
Bro,
and
the
it's hard to get into it.
Just so you guys know where Pop came from, honestly, bro, Pop came from busting a nut. I mean, that's where Pop came from. And what that meant was you build, you climax. That was a pop, not 80,000 pops with 80,000 moves. No, you built to the pop. That's where the term comes from. I think a lot of people have lost sight of that.
Yeah. Let's see here. We have Dez 499. Did I just watch Raw from last week?
Exactly.
I thought Vinnie Mac was out of touch with wrestling, but seems like Triple H is. What is happening to my precious WWE? And there's people like Dez in this world, which I can respect and I can relate to. There's a lot of people that I talk to that it's like, man, you know what? The reason why I watch WWE is because I've been such a lifelong fan. And there's a part of me that's just kind of waiting and hoping for something to change because I have such, I have so much sweat equity in WWE. I've been watching it for 20 years. I've been watching it for 30 years. I've been watching it for 50 years. And I'm like, man, it's hard for me to let this go because I'm so disappointed at it. I'm so disappointed with the product as a whole that all the time that I spent, what an anticlimactic way to just let it go. And it just seems like a lot of people, especially on this platform, they feel that way. They're like, man, I just don't want to let it go because I've had it and I've been with it for so long. But it's just like, man, you're driving those people away with this new stuff, and you're catering to the house every single week, man. And it's tough. Now you got people like Dez over here like, man, where have you gone? $5. Eric, Vince, does the current Raw programming remind you of mid-90s Raw when you had to write your own storylines in a WWF magazine because it was so bad?
God, Eric, I will tell you this, man, as corny as they were, at least they had characters. They had characters back there. They were corny characters and they were cartoonish, but at least they had a little bit of color. Gotcha. There's no I swear to God, you watch this show and you would think that Triple H has no sense of humor in the world. I mean, there's no comedy, there's no fun stuff. It's just let's all fight.
Yeah. And let me ask you this along these lines, Vince. I mean, I remember you used to go out to the crowd just to get the pulse, just to get the feel of it. Is booking for the pop, does it make it so easy that you don't even need to do that anymore?
Oh, God, yeah. It's so easy to get a pop. I mean, my God, Chris, it's so easy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And basically, you're working your way up to those climaxes based on the match quality versus looking at a story unfold and the anticipation for it to,
Bro, your pops are based on two things: moves and entrances.
Yep.
That's it. You're not getting a story pop. You're not getting that at all, ever.
Is there a story at all in the WWE right now? Like a lengthy story that's been going on for a while?
I don't know. I would love to know what they consider a story. Do they consider Rosie Perez and Liv a story? Do you guys consider that a story? I would love to hear that because I bet you they do. Wow. I bet you they think that's a story.
But we still don't know why Roxanne Perez even wants to be involved in the bloodline. Not the bloodline, but the Judgment Day. We don't even know that. We have Marco Bruzy, $2. Mark Henry said that they should honor truth on air. Nope.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Nope,
because then they would feel like they'd have to do that for everybody. They're not going to do that.
We got Jacko Usinowski. $10. Wrestling used to be presented as a television show, a soap opera. The problem with wrestling now is it's trying to be presented as a combat sport, but we all know it's fake.
Yeah, and you can't present this as a combat sport when at the end of the show your top guys are punching like girls. You can't present it as a combat sport, man. You can't.
And you also can't present it as a combat sport where you literally have a combat sport that's you're partnering with, which is the UFC. So it's like you can't do that. Like it makes WWE look like a very second-rate, kind of knockoff combat sport.
Yeah.
You have to separate yourself and make yourself your own identity. You can't make yourself a different version of UFC because that would make UFC fans, which a lot of them do, look at WWE like a joke. As a joke. And that's the problem. Like, give us entertainment, give us storylines, give us riveting television. When you're giving us all these moves and when you're giving us just, fist fights and punches and things like that, it makes it look like a knockoff version of UFC. Yep. You don't want that. You want to differentiate that very, very distinctively.
Yep.
You have Matt Chilson, $5. Cross, Scarlett, Money in the Bank briefcase. Let Cross run as creative and enjoy the free content for the next 6 months.
Yeah, I wish. Never going to happen.
Yep. We've talked about that, man, as far as why not give him the books, man.
Yeah.
Cliffside, $2. Has WWE losing viewers hurt any of your business?
Oh, yeah, bro. Cliff, you can see, I mean, in my business, bro, when it's hot, like when a Rock comes back, you can definitely see a spike, no question about it. Then when it starts getting back into the same routine and going backwards, you can definitely see a difference. Absolutely, Cliffside.
We got Zubair, $5. Cena and Paul versus Cody and Jay only makes sense as a pay-per-view match if it's winner take all titles on the line. Other than it's a glorified Raw match.
Absolutely, Zubar. I used to have a million matches like that with tag champions and singles champions, and the belt was always on the line. If somebody got pinned, the belt was on the line. We did that all the time.
I agree. I mean, it feels like a glorified. What's the stake? What's the
nothing?
Point?
Zero. Nothing.
We have Carmine Alvaro, $7.99. How do they have 1,268 writers and not one can write a good show on any given week, Vince?
Because that's the point right there, Carmine. There are too many writers and there's not enough time. So they can't get out of each other's ways and they're running into each other constantly.
We have Gio, $4.99. When I watched the Ode Attitude and Ruthless episodes, the crowd would pop for almost all wrestlers and segments. Now it's silent almost all the time.
Yeah. I swear to God, Chris, if it were a situation like, and Ed and I were writing, and we're seeing the response of Lyra Velcro is getting, we're really, really, really concerned. And we're saying, for her sake, we need to fix that now. Yeah. They put her out there in the same exact situation this week, and they got the same exact results. That would have never happened on our dime, ever in a million years.
Do you think they're trying to do like a trial by fire type of thing with her? Like, yeah, you got this, Lyra. Yeah, try it again this week, and maybe you'll just kind of get your feet wet. And
Chris, I don't know, because I would tell you, if I was the producer, I would tell you by looking at this, she does not have the tools. Yeah. She'll get the tools by pre-taping her till she gets better. Chris, remember, man, there are no house shows anymore. They're not getting reps. That is the only promo Lyra Velcro is cutting all week. Imagine a baseball player like getting in a batting cage once a week. That's the problem, bro. They can't cut these promos at house shows. They do it once a week. It's not enough.
I know that Dusty was a promo coach for a long time in NXT and FCW. I think it was FCW when he was there. Is there, as far as you know, I don't know this. Is there
truth? Yes, truth.
I was gonna say, is there a designated promo coach in WWE right now?
Oh, I'm sure there is, but that's a job you can give to R-Truth.
Yeah, I mean, there could have been plenty of jobs that she could have. I mean, why not make him an agent? The dude could have been an agent.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
We have Zubair, $10. Not gonna lie, Bronson and Bronlick BA, yet struggling facing Jay and Sammy, who look like hometown heroes in comparison. Right here has the plot. I don't know what that means. No disrespect to the honest woman's wrestling appeal has always been looks. Okay, so yeah, Fakir's looks are over to Zubair and most of the wrestling audience. And I agree with the Bronson and Braun. My thing is, like, if there's anybody who looks like legitimate tag team champions, it would be them too. I mean, why not?
Yeah, but my thing is too, Chris. Like, why are they just coming out in black gear? Give them some kind of a gimmick. Give them some kind of a name. Give them something. They shouldn't just be coming out in matching black gear.
Now, I agree with that. I like the black gear if it makes sense. I mean, because heels, wear black, but I do think, to me, it does go back to the fact of why are they with Seth? Like, I mean, like I saw that on Bronson. I mean, I saw on Braun Breaker, it said like the future on the back of his singlet. Do you think the future would be a tag team name for them?
Nah, they need something better than that.
What do you what would you name them?
I'll give you that on the next Writing with Russo.
Very nice. Very nice.
How about that?
The future does, it sounds generic, but at the same time, I did see that. And that's what Paul Heyman, basically called them. So I was wondering if that's going to be a thing with them. They do need a name, though, I would say. But like I said, here's the thing, man. Look, if you're going to if you're going to stack the deck for the heels, stack the deck for the heels. Like, I wouldn't mind them two winning the tag team championships and then Seth winning the world championship at SummerSlam. And so now you're stacking the deck. The heels are winning, but then you got to make a story with it, man. That's the thing. Like, I don't mind them all three of them having the titles, but if you're doing it just to have somebody come out or cut a promo back or just do a run in or an interference and cut a promo, again, that's no story. That's not a story with that. Let's see here. We have $5. Oh, wait a minute. We got a few. Okay, Zubar back in the $5 Zubar. When a guy like R-Truth, who was able to make a garbage group like the Judgment Day entertaining and gets released, shows the company doesn't get it. Yeah, that's a good point, because that was the best thing that came out of Judgment Day when he was trying to be a part of it. Zubair, $5. Thoughts on fans defending WWE and releasing R-Truth and Carlito due to the age, yet hiring and pushing guys like Jeff Cobb and indie guys like DIY, Punk, Rollins, etc.
Yeah, guys. I mean, guys, you got to remember, Truth was 53 years old. And the longer they're there, the more money they're making, because it accumulates over the years. Here's what they're looking at, bro. They can bring 5 guys from NXT in for the money they're paying R-Truth. That's what they're looking at. My beef is exactly what Chris said. Okay, I get that. There should be another role for this guy in the company.
100%, man.
That's my beef. I understand the age and is what his salary probably is, and you want to cut that bottom line to look more profitable. You could replace 5 guys. I get all that. He should still have a role in the company.
Vince, to me, it's just as clear as day from a business standpoint. Look, this is a business. You gotta cut costs.
Right.
You gotta cut people who aren't drawing money. You can cut 5 or 6 people on the roster right now. Keep Truth. Why? Because he's making merch money. The Ron Cena shirt was one of the hottest selling shirts in all of WWE right now. You pull it? Like, why don't you keep him, put him in an agent role, and you're recouping the money that you're paying him by the merch sales? And so just from a business standpoint, it just doesn't make sense. You're losing money by pulling him away, but you're keeping people on the roster that doesn't really that's not drawing you money. Like
because they're favorites. That's why.
Because of their favorites. There you go. We have Matt, $5. No believable heels being used in WWE. Have any shows that succeeded without any believable heels? Imagine Rocky 4 without Apollo dying and Drago is small.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, man. You cannot have any heroes without any heels, man.
Yep. Instagram, $5. Jey Uso in the tag team match for the pay-per-view. This is Vince Russo's fault. Rikishi Fatu problem.
Yeah.
Cliffside, $5. Do you think wrestling relies on cheap pops because of society's addiction to quick dopamine hits? I mean, I've talked about that show after show after show. Absolutely.
Yep.
Let's see here. The great one, $1.99. WWE must have told patent codes or no R-Truth chants. Yeah, they stepped on those chants for sure. And we have Hayes, $7.81, $5. I've gone to enough WWE live events. Raw's price is $90 minimum. I'll be having a much better time seeing Wu-Tang Clan and Run the Jewels on my birthday.
Yeah, and have more money in your pocket too.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. All right, Vince. Got through the super chats, and we are all ready to close up for the show today, man. Let them know where to find you, my brother.
Yeah, guys, go get your free week of the brand. Try us out. Patreon.com/Russo TWC. Absolutely free. You got nothing to lose. Take advantage. Get hooked. And then you could subscribe for like 75 cents a week.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Follow me at Chris Prolific. And so it's been a funny, interesting weekend full of Twitter stuff. Man, I mean, from the people just I think it started with the Vince report that I did, and then the fans swarming. I became the heel, and I got more to say about that too, because talking to people in the industry, talking to even people outside of WWE about stuff like that, there's not been one single report that I've ever done. Dude, I'm a freaking doctor by day and a college professor by night. I was college professoring as I was watching Raw. Why in the world would I ever just do a fake report, man? I just think that's the stupidest thing in the whole wide world, man.
Yeah.
I have good relationships with people that gives me information to go out, and I did it. And so I'll talk more about that. But I'll be doing that in the class tomorrow. And I started off with that, and then Ric Flair became the biggest heel of the weekend after his tweet, and then Triple H became the biggest heel of the weekend after his tweet, no selling the truth, leaving and posting something about Vikingo, and he became the biggest heel. So lots of going around the socials and finding someone to make a heel for the weekend. And so therefore, tomorrow on Pancakes and Power Slams, I will be talking about the psychology of social media.
Very nice.
So yes, I will talk about Twitter and the psychology behind that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So this guy, let's see if we got any more. Oh, this guy right here is Vince Russo. I am Dr. Chris. This is Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody. So low.